I don't know, for me, rather than scrolling through TikTok or YouTube, I would rather just create content myself. So whatever it is in life, rather than consuming, you must create. And I also viewed that when it came to business. I was always very cognizant and very aware of what things was I using in my life that was bringing me value and I was paying for every month or every quarter or every half a year. And how could I eventually get to the point where rather than consuming that thing, I was actually creating it and I was profiting from it. So whatever area of your life that it may be, you always need to focus on how can you create rather than consume. Now, the next daily habit that made me a multi-millionaire by the age of 21 is I never put people on a pedestal. And this is going to be something very, very hard for you to implement, but you need to understand your biggest heroes, maybe even including me, we are just like you. Listen to me. I am you. You are me. We are no different. All you need to do is go look at my YouTube and go look back to videos in 2015, 2016, when I was just a little kid. I was going to the gym every single day. I mean, let alone going to the gym every single day. I was going to school, and then, there would be periods where I would do protocols like squat every day. So I would squat every day, which meant I was also going to the gym every single day. I was committed to reading a book every single week, meditating every day, and all of this while I was broke, while I had nothing to my name, but I was building me. I was building my character. I was building my discipline, and discipline is far, far more important than motivation. So just understand, don't put me on a pedestal. I'm no different to you, okay? I am simply you 7 years on, okay? So you may be watching this and you're like, I can never get to E-Man's level. Okay, cool. Well, then go watch videos of me when I was 16 years old with acne on my face, with nothing going for me, no resources, nothing in my corner, no ammunition, no firepower, except for discipline and a belief in a future vision. And if you have those two things, then you are going to make it. As long as you stop looking at this like, maybe I can get rich by the summer, or hey, maybe, if I try this for 90 days, it might work out. Rather than looking like that, instead, you need to look in 5-year, 10-year terms. And if you can do that, if you can commit to being better day by day for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years, then you're going to be so far ahead of the competition because most people are simply not patient enough. So understand, when you watch my videos, we're the same. All it is confidence comes from competence. When you are competent at something, when you know you're good at something because you've done it for so long, then of course you're going to be confident. Of course, I sit down at my desk, I walk through life, I do all these things because I have been through the ringer. But in order to get to this position, you have to put one foot forward in front of the other. And you're not going to be able to do that if you think that there's some intrinsic thing that's different from me compared to you, or maybe another person you look up to compared to you. We're all the same. Quite frankly, I know this sounds very crass. We all wake up, we all take dumps, we all get hungry, we all have low moments, we all have high moments. The only thing that separates us is time and discipline. And if you can do those two things, if you can stay in the game long enough and you can be disciplined, well then listen, you'll probably make my 8-year business journey look like nothing in comparison to what you're going to accomplish. And the other thing that you need to understand is that once you get to a certain position in life, for example, with me, with the team that I have behind me, you have this layer of protection. Losing is actually kind of difficult. It's almost kind of guaranteed that you're going to win. It's kind of like, listen, if you were given $100 million and you weren't an idiot, all you have to do is just not lose it. If you're given $500 million, all you got to do is just invest it in the lowest risk possible stuff and you are going to succeed. You're going to be fine. And that's kind of what life gets like to a certain point. Once you get to a certain point, you have so many connections, you have the right people in your corner, and that provides a safety net and a safety layer for you. So the reason I say all this stuff is because the only difference between you and I is I've been in the game longer. And once you're in the game longer, now at this stage, because I know there's a lot of people that look at what I do with YouTube and like, how are you killing the YouTube game? How are you outgrowing absolutely everyone? They look at what I've done with my software companies, my e-learning company, and they're like, how are you doing all this? It's because I stuck in the game long enough, I was disciplined, and then eventually I built an army behind me that all believe in a vision. And once you do that, it's really game over. No one can compete. And that's my secret sauce. That's my secret formula. You can now please take me off the pedestal because I should not be there. I'm human just like you. I've made mistakes. I will continue to make mistakes, but that is part of the human nature, and that is also part of one's relationship with the creator, whatever you believe in, whoever that is to you. Whether you're religious or not, that is still part of the relationship between you and whatever higher power you believe in, or hopefully at least you believe in some higher power. But anyways, that's a conversation for another day. Now, last daily habit that made me a multi-millionaire by the age of 21 is thinking in seconds.